Ito ay kilala bilang isa sa mga pinakamagandang simbahan at kabilang sa national culture ng Pilipinas. Ito rin ang pinakamalaki at pinakamahabang simbahan sa lalawigan ng Quezon. Anong simbahan ito at saan ito matatagpuan? Tara at ating tuklasin ang hitik na hitik sa kasaysayan at ganda sa Tayabas, Quezon. Ngunit isang paalala na sa isang mahabang paglalakbay ay laging ugaliing maging maingat sa pagmamaneho lalo na kung pabago-bago ang panahon. Siguruhin nasa tamang kondisyon ng sasakyan na gagamitin upang maiwasan ang anumang aberya sa daan. Dapat din na may kaukulang lisensya at dokumento sa pagmamaneho dahil may mga pagkakataon na may madadaan ng checkpoint. Para sa mga riders at backriders, siguruhing nakasuot ng standard protective helmet and gears. Ugaliing respetuhin ang kapwa motorista at laging sundin ang batas trapiko. Ating pasyalan ang isang lugar sa Quezon na hitik sa kasaysayan at ganda ng istruktura. Ang Pilipinas ay isa sa mga bansang natatangi ang pananampalataya sa buong mundo. At dahil sa pananakop ng Kastila noon ay nagresulta ito ng pamanang mga lumang simbahan at mga istruktura na naging saksi sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Tayabas, isa sa mga bayan sa Quezon na namumukod-tangi kapag pag-uusapan ang tanging yaman at kaayusan. Bago dumating ang mga Kastila, nakapagtatag na ng mga barangay ang mga katutubong datu at samahan ng mga matatanda. Binubuo ito ng 66 na barangay. Ang pangalang Tayabas ay nagmula sa halamang pako na tinatawag na Tagabas ayon sa matandang kwento. Karaniwan itong ginagamit na pangdekorasyon sa mga espesyal na handaan. Dahil malusog at malawak ang lupa sa Quezon, ay naging sapat ang paglago nito. Ang lugar ay tinawag na Tagabasan na sa kalaunan ay naging Tayabas. At nang dumating ang mga Kastila, dito na nagsimula magkaroon ng mga simbahan at iba't ibang istruktura. Noong 1578 ay ipinalaganap ng 2 misyonaryo ang Kristyanismo sa Tayabas. Paano nga ba naitayo ang simbahan? Ang Basilica Minor ni San Miguel Arcangel na isang Romanong Katoliko na matatagpuan sa Tayabas, Quezon. Ito ay karaniwan na tinatawag na susi ng Tayabas dahil sa malasusi na hugis nito. Ang simbahan na ito ay unang niyari gamit ang kawayan, nipa at anahaw na ipinatayo ng mga prailing Franciscano noong 1585 sa ilalim ng patron ni San Miguel Arcangel. Noong 1590, muli itong ipinaayos ni San Juan Bautista. Noong 1800, isang simbahang yari sa Tisa ang ipinatayo, subalit ito ay giniba ng lindol noong 1743. Nang sumunod na mga taon, ang simbahan ay muling ipinagawa at pinalakihan. Ito ay higit pang pinalakihan noong 1856 sa pamamagitan ng pagpapagawa ng transepto at kupola. Ang bubong na tisa ng transepto at pinalitan ng galbanisadong yero noong 1894. Ang simbahang ito ay isa sa pinakamagandang simbahan sa Pilipinas. Kung titingnan mula sa itaas ng simbahan ng Tayabas, ay makikitang hugis susi kaya kilala ito sa tawag na susi ng Tayabas. Pero hindi ito ang orihinal na hugis nito. Ang orihinal na parokya San Arcangel na itinayo noong 1743 ay mas maliit at mas maigsi at hindi hugis susi. Sa tala ng mga Kastila ay sumulat ng petisyon si Padre Manuel Gonzales, ang kura ng Tayabas noong March 15, 1855 para sa Hari ng Espanya. Ang petisyong ito ay nilagdaan ng mga prinsipalis ng bayan na naglalayong humingi ng permiso at pinansyal na suporta mula sa hari para sa pagpapalawak ng simbahan. At ang petisyong ito ay naaprubahan. Kaya agad sinimulan ang konstruksyon ng simbahan. Ipinag-utos din ng pamahalaan na 20 kalalakihan sa bawat barangay ang dapat magboluntaryo sa gawain. Pinamunuan ni Maestro Severo Sacramento ang pagdidisenyo at paggawa ng simbahan. Siya din ang gumawa ng blueprint nito. pagpasok sa simbahan ay bubungad agad ang napakahabang aisle na kahit sinong babae ay papangaraping lumakad dito habang ikinakasal. Ang aisle na ito ay may habang 103 meters o 338 feet na nagmula pa noong panahon ng Kastila. Pinakamahabang aisle sa Pilipinas na sinasabing kapag itinayo daw ay kasing taas ng Eiffel Tower sa Paris, kung kaya ito ay kinukonsidera na pinakamahabang simbahan sa Asya. Tunay nga namang nakakabighani ang ganda ng pulpito na kahit sino ay maiengganyong makinig kapag tumayo na at magsimula ang pangangaral. Kahanga-hanga sa ganda ang simbahan at kahali-hali na pagmasda ng altar na nangaakit na taimtim na manalangin. Makikita sa altar ang iba't ibang imahe ng mga poon at makikita sa gitna si San Arcangel na pangunahing patron ng simbahan. Noong 1800 naman inilagay sa tore ng simbahan ang orasan ng basilika. Dito din matatagpuan ang pinakalumang kampana na itinuturing ng sentenaryo. Isa sa pinakamalaking kampana sa buong Pilipinas na dating ginagamit bilang pagbibigay-pugay sa mga dumarating na mga bisita. Itinaas ito sa pagiging Basilica Minor ni Pope John Paul II noong October 18, 1988. Ipinahayag din ng National Museum of the Philippines noong July 31, 2001 na kabilang sa National Cultural Treasure ang Basilica Minor ni San Arcangel under sa Presidential Decree No. 374. Ngayong Semana Santa ay mayroon silang exhibit na magtatapos hanggang March 22, 2024. Ito ang makikita sa kanilang Lenten Exhibit 2024. Ang simbahan ay bukas 24 oras at maaaring bisitahin anumang araw. Ngayong Semana Santa ay ating gunitain ang pagsasakripisyo ni Hesukristo upang tayo ay iligtas sa ating mga kasalanan. Isang taimtim na panalangin ang aking handog para sa lahat. Maraming salamat sa panonood at hanggang sa muling Angkas Venture. Paka-paka! It's another Angkas Venture ulit tayo, and this video is quite different since Holy Week is around the corner. As everybody knows, Filipinos are well known for being active when it comes to religion, and since it's Lenten season, let's go to a place that symbolizes the faith and beliefs of Christians to Maria, the mother of our Jesus Christ. But of course, Sir Miss Angkasera always wants to remind you to always be prepared if you are going for a long ride. Inspect your vehicle ahead of the planned ride. Make sure you have proper documents for your vehicle as well as your driver's license. Make sure to gear up properly. Always remember that proper gear is a cheap insurance rather than spending for a sizable hospital bill. And of course, during the ride, respect other motorists and follow the traffic rules. So our destination is in Monte Maria International Pilgrimage and Conference Center located in Batangas City. It took us around 4 hours via Waze app to reach our destination, including stopovers for toilet and food. On your Waze app or Google Map, make sure to type Monte Maria International Pilgrimage and Conference Center for exact location and you won't get lost. Monte Maria opens at 6 a.m., so we decided to leave around 3 a.m. to avoid traffic and a crowd of visitors in Monte Maria. When we arrived, we had to pay 10 pesos in the entrance gate for the parking fee, which is actually very cheap. Upon entering, you will see the wide and big area of Monte Maria. There were so many visitors already when we came, so we had to look for available parking space, and as you can see, their parking area has no shade for vehicles, so I suggest that you bring some cover to protect your vehicle from the sun or rain. To go to the main area, you had to walk on the stairs that has 126 steps. It's quite tiring for a person like me who don't exercise regularly. And then, this giant Mother Mary standing in front of the Batangas seawater will welcome you. Monte Maria is a pilgrimage center dedicated to Mary, Mother of all Asia. The development was conceived as a destination to attract devotees and pilgrims. It can be considered as a tourism or retirement village. It nestled at the heart of the 130-hectare township. The Hectare Tourism Destination Project is owned and being developed by Monte Maria Asia Pilgrims Inc. or MAPI, a stock non-profit organization registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Its centerpiece is the Mother of all Asia Tower of Peace, which is constructed atop the plateau's highest point with an elevation of 148 meters above sea level, overlooking the Verde Island Passage, reputed to be the center of marine biodiversity of the world, as she welcomes all domestic and international seafaring vessels entering and seeking refuge in the serene, calm waters of Batangas Bay. The Mother of all Asia Tower of Peace is a monument dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary as a symbol of unity and peace in Asia and the whole world. It is the tallest statue of Mary in the whole world with a height of 98.15 meters or 322 feet measured from the ground up to the tip of the cross on top of her crown. It also ranks number 9 among the world's tallest statues. Its height is equivalent to a 33-story building, which also represents our Lord Jesus' life here on earth. It is also the only livable statue in the world with a gross floor area of 12,000 square meters or 1.2 hectares more or less. The crown has 12 stars that represents the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ. The renowned sculptor and national artist, the late Ed Castrillo, who started working on the project in 2008. The monument has 12 foundations that represents the 12 tribes of Israel. A person has to climb a total of 420 steps from the ground level to reach the crown, but that is if the person opted not to use any of the 3 elevators inside the monument. The name Mother of All Asia was adopted from Pope Benedict XVI May 27, 2017 prayer to Our Lady of Sheshan, Mother of the Church in China and all Asia. Inside the statue, you can find a souvenir shop. You can purchase rosaries, bracelets, keychains, books, and other religious items. Next is the auditorium where they held the Mass. There are 2 chapels within the property, the Santo Niño Chapel and the St. John Paul II Chapel. Note that there are 2 chapels where Mass services are held. They have this called Senecal Restaurant and Event Center. If you get hungry, you can grab some foods here, and we opted to eat here because we were waiting for the elevators to be fixed. The food is quite reasonable, but the serving is not that big. The building is also a venue for events. They also have a view deck that costs 150 pesos. From the observation deck, you could get a good look at the surrounding areas including Tingloy, Verde Island, and even parts of Oriental Mindoro. Unfortunately, the elevators were not working when we came there, and they do not allow visitors to use the stairs. We waited for quite a long time, but the elevators were not fixed yet, so we just decided to leave the area. Maybe we can go up next time since the development of Monte Maria is an ongoing process. Soon will rise the Rosary Track, Marine Museum, recreational facilities, hotels, and residences. So if you're planning for Visita Iglesia this Holy Week, Monte Maria is one of the best religious places you can visit. Thank you for joining my Angkas Venture Holy Week special. By the way, why do Catholics believe in Mother Mary? It's because Mary is the masterwork of God and the start of God bringing mankind into the communion with Jesus. That is why we should all love our mothers, because our mothers brought us in the beautiful world created by our God. Thanks for watching, and I hope you continue to support my Angkas Venture. God bless everyone until our Angkas Venture. Paka-paka! Hi everyone, welcome to our first vlog, and for today's video we will be going to a very quiet and interesting place. But before that, we saw this very breathtaking view up on the road, and it's such very peaceful. So we will be going to Regina Rica, which is located in Tanay, Rizal. So we have arrived in Regina Rica, and unfortunately, they are closed every Monday and Tuesday. So we went there on a Monday, and we just paid 200 pesos so we can go inside because we're already there. It's just going to be a waste of time if we will just go back to our home. So we just decided to pay the 200 peso fee for each person. However, the entrance is free every Wednesday to weekends. So if you have time on weekends, you can still go there on weekends, but just expect that there will be many visitors on those days. So we went to Pasilungan to pay the entrance fee, and it was gloomy when we came there. I don't know, but it was such a bad weather that day, so I advise that you check the weather first before you come here so you can enjoy the place and the view as well. So from there you can see this very big Mama Mary on top of the hill. So upon entering, you will see this crematorium and also this church which is closed that day. There is also a wishing well here, and you can throw a coin and make your wish. And as you can see, there are many visitors who had made their wishes on this well. It's kind of old, but of course, it will definitely grant your wishes. A friendly reminder, I suggest that you wear comfortable shoes because you're going to walk up the hill to reach the giant Mama Mary. And also make sure to dress properly and moderately because you will be going inside the church. Regina Rosary Institute for Contemplation in Asia, or simply Regina Rica, is a pilgrimage site situated on the hills of Tanay Rizal. The 13.5-hectare land where the iconic 71-foot-high statue of the Queen of the Holy Rosary sits on top of a hill was founded and maintained by the Dominican Sisters of Regina Rica. Regina Rica was developed to function as a place of prayer, an ecological sanctuary, and a wellness environment. This is the place where you can light candles and offer prayers. Just make sure to read the instructions before you light the candles. Mary's Sacred Trail, or the S Trail, is a winding pathway adorned with different kinds of colorful flowers leading to the giant statue of Our Lady. At the end of the trail, chairs were provided for pilgrims lining up to the entrance of the chapel inside the statue. Another interesting that you will be seeing there are the footprint marks on the ground, which are from the peregrinos who made a visit in Regina Rica. You can also have your foot mark on this ground by paying 500 pesos, and you can write down your name on it. Interesting. So as you notice, there were no visitors except us. But it may get bursting with pilgrims and devotees during the Holy Week and Sundays. Parking areas may be full and looking for a place to park may get difficult. So if you want to visit Regina Rica, you can check their website and check their schedule before going there. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much. God bless everyone. This is your Miss Angkasera. Paka-paka. If you're looking for a place na gustong makapag-relax and have a quiet time with nature, then samahan niyo ako sa panibagong biyahe again. Siguradong ma-enjoy niyo ang place if you're a nature lover. Kung saan ito, watch the video till the end. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Nag-decide kami na mag-nature tripping kahit sandali lang since the week has been so busy and the pollution of cities sometimes adds to our stress. Kaya nagpunta kami dito sa the Sierra Madre Resort and Hotel para maglakad-lakad at i-enjoy ang nature na hindi naman kalayuan sa syudad. The entrance fee in the resort is 100 pesos per head, including the parking fee. This is the receiving area, and you can also order food here and dine in their available chairs and tables. Note that the staff is accommodating and friendly, which I like about this place. After paying the entrance fee, we immediately walk around the resort to see what it offers to their guests. So if you want to be away from the noise and congested city, the Sierra Madre Resort and Hotel is one of the best places to take a short weekend break. We tried their hanging bridge para makatawid sa kabilang side ng resort. It looks old, but when I tried it, is matibay naman and hindi masyadong mauga. Basta wag lang maglilikot para iwas aksidente. If you're going to bring your children here, make sure na hawak and guided nyo sila para hindi sila masaktan or maaksidente.
Natural. Alangan basa.
Chill.
Bakit walang points? Lagyan natin.
Anong wish mo? Wish mo bang mahalin ako?
For us to be healthy always and happy.
If you get hungry, you can order from their restaurant or you can bring your own food na din para mas makatipid. These chairs and tables are free of charge but they have cottages na pwede ding rentahan. You can definitely enjoy your morning coffee while looking at the beautiful view. Kaya naman binabalik-balikan ang place na ito dahil sa napaka-quiet and relaxing ng place. If you want to stay overnight, ay meron silang mga available air-conditioned rooms na pwede nyong i-rent. Just check their Facebook page to inquire for the rates and available dates. Pwede din kayang mag-swimming dito but when we came ay medyo madumi pa yung pool dahil sa renovation and ongoing constructions para sa mga new rooms nila. Meron silang napakalawak na field where you can pitch tent for 350 pesos. When we came there ay meron ngang family na nagka-camping with their kids. Kaya for sure, ma-e-enjoy ng kids nyo ang pagtakbo-takbo sa malawak na field. They're also pet-friendly, so you can bring your pets as well. At dahil feeling adventurous ako, ay nag-aya ako na magpunta sa kanilang natural waterfalls. It takes 20 to 25 minutes walk from the field, kaya we decided to go there na din para makita ang falls. Napakahaba and medyo steep papunta sa falls, so bringing the kids is not advisable. Habang papunta kami sa falls ay nadaanan namin itong Blackwoods Cafe. Meron silang pinaparentahan ng mga domes. I guess you can inquire on their social media accounts para sa kanilang rates. So, nagtuloy-tuloy na kami ng lakad at nagulat pa ako sa isang malaking cobra statue. It's actually a warning sign na maraming ahas sa area na yon. And as you can see, masyadong matalahib ang area kaya for sure maraming ahas doon. Unfortunately, ay hindi kami natuloy sa pagbaba dahil sobrang steep ng hagdanan and slippery pa dahil medyo umuulan that day. I think it is better if merong guide na mas nakakaalam ng area para mas safe ang pagpunta sa falls. Kaya ayun, tingin-tingin na lang sa mini falls ang peg namin. The next challenge ay ang pabalik dahil paakyat naman ng hill. And I swear, nakakapagod siya. Pero super worth it naman dahil sa fresh air at mga puno na kapaligid.
Oo naman. Malalaki yun.
So we just took a little rest after a long walk. May dala kaming food and coffee so hindi na kami nag-order. But here is the menu if you want to take a look. If you want to have a weekend break, I recommend you to visit Sierra Madre Hotel and Resorts. And by the way, sa lahat ng mga riders, make sure that you wear proper gears, your helmet, as well as yung mga angkas ninyo. I-check ang inyong mga motors as well as ang lisensya and registration dahil mayroong checkpoint around the area. This is a gentle reminder to follow protocols when driving. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit like and share. This is your Miss Angkasera. Paka-paka!
Lumayo pa tayo, may dam pala dito.
Saan nga ba matatagpuan ang beach na ito na sobrang linaw ng tubig? At makipaghabulan sa mga maliliit na isda na minsay nagpapakita habang low tide. O kaya naman ay panuurin itong mga maliliit na nilalang na naglalaro na animoy mga tao. Tara! At ating tuklasin ang ganda ng Cagbalete Island. Mula Rizal ay bumiyahe kami ng mahigit 4 na oras papuntang Mauban Port. Mula dito sa Mauban Port ay sasakay kami ng bangka upang makatawid sa kabilang isla. Kailangan ding magbayad ng environmental fee na nagkakahalaga ng 40 pesos bawat isa. By the way, doon sa tourism office ay tatanungin kayo kung nakapagpabook na kayo ng hotel. Dahil kung hindi naman ay pwede nila kayong tulungan na makahanap ng matutuluyan sa kabilang isla. Ang boat fare ay 100 pesos each at ang travel time ay around 45 minutes. Ang schedule ng boat ay from 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday to Friday or depende yan sa dami ng mga pasaherong darating lalo na kapag holiday season. May boat schedule din pag weekends pero baka iba lang yung schedule nila dahil mas maraming mga tao ang lumuluwas. Finally, narating na rin namin ang Cagbalete Island. So for 2 days ay dito kami mag-i-stay sa Baby Princess Beach Resort na malapit lang sa pinagbabaan namin. And napakalawak ng kanilang bakuran. So if you're on a tight budget, pwede kayong mag-pitch tent dito or arkilahin ang kanilang duyan if you don't have enough budget pero gustong mag-enjoy. By the way, ang resort na ito ay kaharap lang ng dagat kaya naman enjoy na enjoy ko ang sunset habang nakahiga sa duyan. How relaxing! Unfortunately, hindi ko na-videohan yung room namin, so let's just have a look of their backyards. And by the way, yung may-ari nito ay once na-feature sa Kapuso Mo Jessica Soho, and they are super nice and accommodating, and they can even cook for you kung anong gusto nyo, and they even offer their fruits. Meron silang tanim na avocado, meron din silang buko, mangga, and they really offer it kung gusto ninyo, and they will really help and accommodate you. So now, let's explore the beauty of Cagbalete Island. And as you can see, napakalinaw ng tubig. And the sand is very fine. Mas fine pa yung sand niya kaysa sa Boracay. Sobrang linis ng tubig, hindi siya malumot, kaya ma-enjoy nyo yung pag-swimming. Just like me, na-enjoy ko talaga yung pag-swimming kasi naaliw ako na nakikita ko talaga yung legs ko sa water. It's very clear. So while enjoying the water, ma-enjoy nyo rin ang ganda ng view kasi nasa harap lang siya ng mga bundok and yung clouds, it's very relaxing na panoorin, and yung sand very fine, kaya naman I really enjoyed my stay here. Actually, we were waiting for the sandbar to appear. Usually, yung sandbar nag-a-appear siya around 11 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon. Kaya make sure na you put sunscreen. Kaya while waiting for the sandbar to appear, I played in the water muna and then waited for the sandbar. Ito yung mga sample photos ko sa sandbar kasi sa sobrang excitement, hindi ko na siya nakuhanan ng video. But all these photos are taken in the sandbar. This short video was also taken in the sandbar and it's really beautiful. At dahil sobrang init na at sunog na ang aming mga balat, we decided to go home na and we had to walk like a few minutes to our resort. It's still low tide pa during that time, so the sandbar is still visible. So you have very long time to play and enjoy the sandbar. So papagabi na and mag-high tide na siya. By the way, ang electricity dito sa island is from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. only. And medyo mahirap makakuha ng signal. So make sure na you find a good spot para makahagip ng signal. And because mahina ang signal, pwede naman kayong magbayad ng wifi, which is good for 24 hours. It cost 20 pesos. Yan. Ifa-follow nyo lang yung nakalagay dyan sa yellow stub na yan, and then you can connect to the wifi na. So plan your vacation in Cagbalete Island and make sure to bring cash because there are no ATMs available in the island. There are a handful of affordable resorts and campsites in the island, but if you want the long stretch of sand ripples to be accessible, pick a resort on the south to southeast part of the island. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to write down your comments below. Paka-paka!
Bilisan mo!
It's another relaxing angkas venture na naman tayo. At dahil papalapit na ng papalapit ang summer, ay siguradong maghahanap na naman tayo ng lugar kung saan pwedeng magpalamig kahit sa isang araw lang. Samahan nyo kami sa panibagong angkas venture at puntahan natin ang isang lugar kung saan makakapag-enjoy ang buong pamilya at barkada plus budget-friendly pa. Pero isa muling paalala na laging maging maingat sa ating pagmamaneho, mapamotor man o kotse o kahit anong sasakyan pa yan. Laging magsuot ng tamang gears, siguraduhing may karampatang lisensya sa pagmamaneho at higit sa lahat na ugaliing maging maingat at sundin ang batas trapiko. Laging tandaan na mabagal o mabilis man ang pagmamaneho ay mas mabuting makarating ng ligtas sa destinasyon. Kaya, tara, let's go sa Daranac Falls. Ang Daranac Falls ay isa sa mga popular summer destination sa Tanay Rizal. Hindi lang sa mga lokal kundi pati din sa mga banyaga. Pagdating nga namin doon ay marami ng mga tao at mahaba na rin ang pila. Ang parking fee ay nagre-range from 50 pesos and above depende sa klase ng sasakyan na dala ninyo. Pagpasok namin ay napakarami ng mga sasakyan at mga tao at mahaba na din ang pila sa cashier. Ang entrance para sa adult ay 75 pesos at 50 pesos naman para sa mga bata. Meron din silang picnic shed na 300 pesos at picnic table na 200 pesos. And in compliance of municipal ordinance, ang plastic and styrofoam cups, plates, and spoons ay bawal sa loob ng Daranac Falls. At ikinalulungkot ko din na ipaalam na ang alak ay bawal sa loob. Kaya pagkabayad namin ay dumiretso na kami sa pwesto ng tropa dahil nauna na silang magpunta dito sa Daranac Falls. At ito, ang itsura sa loob ng Daranac Falls. May mga tindahan din dito at kainan sa loob. May mga ihawan at lababo kung saan pwedeng magpugas ng mga pinagkainan. Pwede ding mag-pitch tent dito sa mga lugar kung saan pwedeng mag-tent. Meron silang shower areas, toilet, and dressing rooms. Pero hindi well-maintained ang mga areas na yon at medyo luma na, kaya sa opinion ko ay kinakailangan na iyon ayusin or i-renovate since napakaraming turistang nagpupuntahan.
Lagi ka nakala nakaupo sa inuman eh. Pati ba naman paglalakad?
Ito yung dalawa sa challenge eh. Gusto baka mo. Baka madulas ako yun.
Pag kami makakasalubong dati, ako na best na nag-movement dito.
Ito kamusta?
Ang Daranac Falls ay may height na 14 meters or 46 feet. May pagka-bluish emerald ang tubig nito na may lalim na 30 feet, pero mayroon din namang mga mabababaw na area para sa mga bata at sa mga hindi marunong lumangoy kagaya ko. Ang Daranac Falls ay galing sa salitang Tagalog na dadanak na ang ibig sabihin sa salitang Ingles ay to flow. Sa ngayon, ang Daranac Falls ay isa sa mga most visited waterfalls sa Rizal. Ito ay may layo na 9 kilometers mula sa Tanay proper. Para sa mga bata at sa mga hindi marunong lumangoy, ay mayroong rentals for salbabida and vest ranges from 50 pesos to 100 pesos. At dahil hindi ako marunong lumangoy at gusto ko din ma-enjoy ang tubig, ay nag-rent kami ng vest.
Wala sa loob na.
Nakakainggit kasi sobrang nag-e-enjoy ang lahat ng mga tao na tumalon sa tubig. Pero maging maingat lamang dahil maaaring madisgrasya o makadisgrasya habang tumatalon sa tubig. Siguruhin na walang matatamaan sa tubig bago tumalon.
Kakanyan natin yung pala natin. Ang dami mo naman.
Yun na.
Ano nyo? Dito tayo. Hindi ka atas tatatakin ka na. Ay, doon! Pre!
And speaking, susubukan ko din mag-jump off sa tubig syempre. Marami na akong sinubukang mga extreme activities noong nasa Russia pa ako. At dahil may vest din naman ako nasuot, ay feel ko na safe naman ako. Pero,
Kapagod ako sa inyo, nangangali yung kamay nakakahawak dito. Bilisan mo. Ang ina ka. Hayop ka. Mas malakas yung sigaw mo.
Kaya ko to!
Na. Ay, sorry, Ben. Bilis! Jay, ikaw nga rin, Jay! Hindi ka masampol!
Kailan maraming nakaabang, maganda sa buray nakaabang.
Uy, bilisan mo na! Napapagod na sila!
Inom na marami.
Good job! Bilisan mo na, ikaw na! O, Joy, ikaw muna!
Joy, ikaw muna, Joy. Party pa namin! Ito, nagabing-labing na, oh. Japa, go, Japa. Tayo, kasi pag-ano ba ako?
Yan, tagalimutan.
Art in the making yun! Nalunod pa! Nalunod pa! Nalunod pa! Ano bilhin mo?
I want world peace.
I really had a whale of time jumping into the water. And kahit di kami marunong lumangoy, ay na-enjoy pa din namin ang malamig na tubig sa falls. It's really nice na may mga friends kang supportive sa mga kabaliwan at sa mga bagay na gusto mong gawin. Kaya naman we were able to jump off sa tubig. Kaya, ayain na ang buong barikada at pamilya at magtampisaw sa malamig na tubig ng Daranac Falls. Huwag kakalimutang magbaon ng maraming tubig at pagkain dahil siguradong gugutumin kayo sa pag-swimming. If you like this video, click the subscribe button, like the video, and click the bell na din para ma-notify sa mga bagong videos. Till our next Angkas Venture! Paka-paka!
Talon na!
Ano, game na?
Ready?
Patalong ka. Ano, nag-video ka nga dito.
Nagumigil yung paa. Blooper!
It's a beautiful sunny morning today. The best experience to drink coffee is when you can drink it while gazing out at nature. So let's go to this coffee shop with a view of Laguna de Bay with a very relaxing view to wind down after a long week. Tara, let's go na! Welcome to Sikatan Cafe. Sikatan Sikada Cafe is located in Pitalio Street, Barangay Mahabang Parang, Binangonan, Rizal, right next to the West Ridge subdivision. It was easy to find, making it a great place to visit. I highly recommend this coffee spot for foodies, coffee lovers, travelers, photographers, or anyone looking for a place to visit or unwind. This is a must-see whether with family, friends, lovers, or colleagues. Let's have a look of what to see inside the cafe. So as you can see, improvements of cafe is still ongoing, but it's hassle-free. A relaxing view of Laguna de Bay will welcome you inside the cafe. So the cafe has 2 floors. There are many available chairs and tables, but we went there on a weekday. That's why there were no visitors during that day. Now let's go inside the cafe. There are many chairs and tables inside, and I think this sun symbolizes the name of their cafe, which is Sikatan, and this is the sun. So this is where you will get your order and the menu. So you just have to go to this area to order your food or coffee. Now let's go to the second floor of the cafe. There are still chairs and tables here, so if you want to see the best view of Laguna de Bay, then you can choose to stay here. By the way, this is also an area for paragliding, and if you are interested, you can just ask the staff of the Sikatan Cafe. It's foodie time, so I ordered Sagada Cafe and I really love it. It's really good. We also had cheese sticks, which is 150 pesos. This creamy chicken is really yummy too, and they have big servings. Rice is life, so we ordered extra rice. I already forgot the name of this food, but it's yummy and the serving is generous. I also ordered this mais con hielo with ice cream. It's not very sweet and it's perfect for the weather. Well, it's recommended. So after the foodie, we just look around and we saw this man harvesting maybe some kangkong. I don't know what he was doing over there, but definitely he was harvesting something. So plan your next cafe trip with your family, friends, and lovers. This Sikatan Cafe, a very relaxing place to visit with a breathtaking view of Laguna de Bay. Enjoy mixing your own coffee at the table with their different varieties of food. Prepare your cameras because you will never get tired taking pictures of the views from inside the restaurant to the beautiful Laguna Lake. This is your Angkasera. Paka-paka. Hanap nyo din ba ay isang masarap na kainan plus view na sa tingin pa lang ay mabubusog ka na? Then panoorin ang video na ito hanggang dulo at alamin kung saan nga ba matatagpuan ito. Siguradong mamamangha din kayo sa taglay na ganda ng Taal Volcano habang nilalasap ang sarap ng pares. Kaya samahan niyo ulit ako sa panibagong Angkas Venture! Madaling araw pa lang ay bumiyahe na kami pa Tagaytay para puntahan ang isang masarap na kainan na pares. Pero bago ang lahat, another Miss Angkasera reminder lang na laging maging maingat sa pagmamaneho. At gaya ng mga nauna kong video ay laging siguruhin may suot na standard protected helmet, lisensya sa pagmamaneho, at laging ugaliing sundin ang batas trapiko. At naratingan namin itong sikat na kainan dito sa Tagaytay na Gallego Pares Pares na located sa 5455 Ligaya Drive, Tagaytay, Cavite. Ang kainan nila ay nasa gilid lang ng daan and unfortunately walang parking area para sa mga four wheels. Kaya if pupunta kayo dito ay magandang makahanap muna kayo ng available parking lot malapit sa Gallego Pares Pares. Sulit na sulit ang biyahe sa ganda pa lang ng view. And swerte namin kasi nakita pa namin ang sunrise at nagkulay orange ang kalangitan habang sumisikat ang araw. Pagpasok sa loob ay makikita ang mga lamesa at upuan at sa kanang bahagi nito ay ang Taal Lake na sobrang nakakabighani ang ganda. Hindi ganoon kalakihan ang kainan nila kaya mabuti na lamang na maaga kaming nakarating dito. At syempre, habang nagpipicture-picture, umorder na din kami ng sikat nilang pares sa halagang 90 pesos. Umorder din kami ng mami na 70 pesos na mas malasa pa sa luto ko. Meron din silang ibang pagkain sa kanilang menu gaya ng toge na 15 pesos at nilagang itlog na 15 pesos din. Mostly ng pagkain nila dito ay hindi lalagpas sa 100 pesos kada order, kaya tamang tipidity ang presyo ng pagkain nila.
Bakit abang susubo?
Ganda. With the view. To be honest, isa ito sa mga places na nagustuhan ko. Breathtaking view talaga ang Taal Volcano at halos hindi ko talaga maialis ang tingin ko sa ganda ng Taal. At para sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ang Taal Volcano ang pinakamaliit na bulkan sa buong mundo. Kaya kung pupunta kayo ng Tagaytay ay hindi kayo magsisisi na mag-stop over dito sa Gallego Pares Pares. Open sila Tuesday to Friday alas 6 ng umaga hanggang alas 5 ng hapon, Sabado at Linggo mula alas 6 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi. Tuwing Lunes naman ay sarado sila. Good food and good view ang Gallego Pares Pares. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and click the bell na din para ma-notify kapag may bago akong Angkas Venture. Hanggang sa muli, till our Angkas Venture, paka-paka! A stunning view at night that will give you peace of mind. Let's go up in the hill and discover a restaurant that offers great food and a breathtaking night view. Upon entering, you will be welcomed with bright lights, which also makes the entire restaurant more gleaming at night. I went up straight to the second floor because I was so excited to see the night view from above, and I was not wrong. Hidden Peak Restaurant offers rooftop dining, and this is how it looks. You can judge it by your own eyes. You can also dine in their nipa huts on the second floor if you want to have an intimate meal with your loved ones or family. And of course, you can still enjoy the beautiful view from above. And here's the menu book, and they offer a variety of food that everyone will enjoy. They also accept big gatherings like birthdays, weddings, baptismal, and other occasions. We decided to have this big sandwich with potato fries, and these are good for 2 persons. Their cheese sticks are highly recommended, so make sure to try it when you visit here. And of course, the mango shake that tastes like mango. After our meal, we just walk around the restaurant. And by the way, they have live bands on weekend, which is located on the ground floor of the restaurant. They also have available places at the back side of the restaurant, but it was already too dark, so I was not able to take videos. Visit Hidden Peak Restaurant and celebrate special moments with your family, loved ones, and barkada, located at Marian Hill San Carlos Heights Subdivision, Binangonan, Rizal. Please don't forget to hit like and share this video, and remember to subscribe on this channel. This is Miss Angkasera. Paka-paka!